How you doing, YouTube? Matt from Master Beer Reviews, back with not another review, a 5,000 people, hopefully not bots, 5,000 subscriber video. Yeah, 5,000 fucking subscribers. That's crazy pants stuff. I've said all this before, pretty much at, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. I don't even know if I did a 4,000 video. I think I did. Anyway, it's crazy. I started doing this, started messing around, having fun with it. And, I do take it seriously, but while at the same time trying to have fun with it. But never thought it would get to that point. I mean, 5,000 subscribers in the grand scheme of things is very low when it comes to a YouTube channel, especially one that's geared for kind of making money and all that kind of stuff. But I've never been, and I don't monetize my stuff, and just kind of have fun with it. So the fact that it gets to 5,000 is just kind of crazy stuff. So, typically when it comes to one of these kind of videos, there's some things I want to do. I want to thank people. And that's, goes without saying. You know what I mean? Thank everybody for subscribing, liking, talking about, promoting, everything. That's been fucking fantastic. I love the shit out of it. I can't thank you enough for everybody that's, been awesome. Whether it be just, meeting in real life, when I met several people via YouTube in real life, you know what I mean? People that I end up being friends with. Shit, I had somebody come to my goddamn wedding. You know what I mean? Somebody I met from YouTube. You know what I mean? So it's been a cool thing to actually meet people throughout this, and it's cool, even cooler going forward. I've met a ton of people. It kind of accelerates now, and more people are kind of being like reaching out and saying hello, or where I'm out and stuff like that. Even though I'm the super kind of curmudgeon-y introvert, when I'm actually out there in the real world, people say hi and end up hanging out with people and have a good time. So that's absolutely amazing. To all the people that have just reached out and sent me beer, that is by far the craziest stuff in the history of mankind. People sending me beer, whether it be via trades that I do very rarely. I'm not a big trade person. Even breweries. There's been a lot of breweries that send me beer. Sure, some of the bigger ones, you're on a mailing list and they kind of send you beer, but there's smaller ones, you know what I mean, that like either I've reviewed one of their beers and be like, hey man, this is cool, we dig what you're doing, we want to send you some stuff, or just kind of stumbled upon what I do, and then they end up just kind of reaching out to me, you know what I mean. There was a point where I actually kind of reached out to some breweries, be like, hey, I do beer reviews, blah, blah, blah. I did that for a short while and I stopped doing it. So pretty much everything that comes to me brewery-wise now is a brewer reaching out to me, which is pretty fucking fantastic. To people that have sent me mystery beers. Mystery beers have been something that has been one of my favorite things I've done over the past couple years. More notably the past year. I did them on and off here and there over the past couple years, but I have done them pretty much every single week. I've released 1 or 2 mystery beers every single Monday since the beginning of this year. That might change. I'm actually out of mystery beers. I'm recording this on Saturday of August something. You'll see the Saturday before, or the day you see this, or whatever it is. Anyway, I have no more mystery beers left, so this Monday might be mystery beerlessness, but that's a pretty fucking crazy run if you think about it. You know what I mean? Like I've done mystery beers from pretty much January 2008 till now, and that's 30 weeks of mystery beers. And I started them in April of 2017, but like I said, I kind of dripped and drabbed stuff, but started doing January 8th. I've done one every week, or 2, almost like more often than not, 2 every Monday up until now. That's like 60 some odd mystery beers. You know what I mean? And I couldn't do it without people out there actually sending me mystery beers. This is the one thing that at this point I would ask people to send me out of anything. I don't ask people to send me beer at all, but that's the one I can't do without people's help. But the fact that I've done them pretty much, you know what I mean, every single week, every single Monday, every single month for pretty much longer than half the year is pretty awesome. And that's pretty fucking crazy, people out there. So, I mean, these are all things I've covered before. The mystery beer thing, the kind of thanks of people watching, meeting people in real life, doing all that stuff. So I was like, okay, 5,000 beer reviews. or 5,000 subscribers. I'm up to like 1,600 and change beer review eyes. I'm like, what can I do? I wanted to do something like shticky or something to just commemorate the moment, I guess you'd say. So this is what I came up with. This is going to be a very long video, so if you're one of those people out there that hates a video over 3 minutes, we're probably at that point already. You can shut the fucking camera off because it's going to get way fucking longer. So what I did was, over the past couple weeks, because I know it was going to hit, this is not arrogant, I know it was going to get to 5,000. You know, you get a couple every week, you know you're going to get there. I'm actually filming this before I hit 5,000, so that's how arrogant this fucking guy is. I went through every single video that I made, and I picked up comments from every fucking video, and I wrote them down, the ones that I liked. Initially, it was actually like, okay, I'm going to write down, I'm just going to do like a mean tweets thing to where I was going to read like just the mean comments that people have posted over the years and just kind of read those off and kind of have fun with it. I kind of had to switch that up real quick because I don't know how this is fucking possible, but there's not a lot of mean shit written in my comment section. I thought there was way more, but I was like, okay, there's not a ton of fucking horrible shit in here, so I had to kind of switch it up. So I'm going to do like a combination of like mean tweets and then stuff I kind of dig and then just kind of goofy stuff and try to have fun with it. So like I said, if you like long videos, hey, we're done. I thanked you. Oh, we had fun. This is great. I hit 5,000. Thank you very much. If you want to wait and listen to me read all these, have at it. So here we go. My edition of Massive Beers Reads Comments. Comment 1. First one that I picked up on was a guy named Art Hick. I'm going to go in kind of chronological order from the beginning. This is from my 13th review ever, Lagunitas Something Something Extra Ale. He wrote, good head, big bubbles, and small bubbles. We're off to an okay start there, Art. Good IPA, okay. ACV and EPA, no idea what the fuck that means. Very hoppy, poppy, super dildo hops. You read me right, dildo hops. Overall good brewski. I'm sure that has some kind of misspelling. He was typing, maybe a little bit tipsy, a little bit drunk, but it's his super dildo hops. I'm going to tell you right now, I will strive for you, the viewer, to make sure somebody in the world makes a beer called Super Dildo Hops. That, my friend, is gold. So there you go. Now, number 2, second comment. I should probably go faster with these. Inglet1, he just writes, noise quality sucks. Speak up. Now, I have a little bit of an issue with that. It says noise quality sucks. I think my noise quality has always been great. Maybe the sound quality, maybe the volume, whatever. But, I mean, I can make really loud noise and record it really well for you if you wanted me to. So I think that's a little bit of kind of maybe mistyping or some language barrier and stuff like that because, you know, noise is shitty in a video. Anyway. 3. We have Matthew Landis. 2 T's, Matt's not 1 T like me. It says, on the website, it's 11%, so get your facts straight. Thank you very much, dude. It's not like I don't read shit beforehand, and that's kind of what I do. But it's, you know, episode number 55, video number 55, so maybe I haven't been, you know, he doesn't know, because I'm not worldwide yet. Let's see, we have Kyle23970. Great name, Kyle. This comes from, let's see, in number 83, Leinenkugel's Big Eddie Russian Imperial Stout. It says, solid review. Only drawback is you're a bandwagon Arsenal fan. Yeah, whatever, dude. You don't know. In this one, I actually don't have a review number because it happens so often. I kind of had to condense it as a catch-all. And this is Paul from PA Brew News, and I have every dark/stout review ever. Sounds a bit thin. If you don't know Paul, he's awesome. Go check him out, PA Brew News. But he pretty much, the beer is, I wouldn't even say that dark. I would say if the beer is darker than this, it's always a bit thin. It's just how it is. So that's kind of, after copying pasting, it's a bit thinner 367 times. I kind of had to just condense it into one comment because it would have taken way too long, which I kind of would have liked. So anyway, what you have here, John Kujaman. I kind of really legitimately like that name. This comes from episode 194. I'm going to call them episodes. I don't know why. 194. It's La Trappe, 2014. It says, "Want un amateur." So basically translated, it says, what an amateur. I'm an amateur. Yeah, I am. I kind of am. Not just in beer reviews either. I'm amateurish across the board. So you kind of nailed it on that one. Gregornaut. Okay. That comes from episode 278. I did a Harveston Oladub 12, 16, 18, and 21 vertical with my buddy Brad. It says, these guys don't know whiskey. Fair enough. I don't know that much. I know enough to be dangerous. Brad knows way more than me. So, but, you know, apparently we don't know shit. Beerzerkian. Oh, man, it's been a while since I heard that name. It was from my episode 313. It's a North Coast Old Rasputin Russian Imperial Stout. He said, you threw that in like a hobo throws it in a crack whore. My friends, that is Nova Scotian poetry right there. Oh, man, I miss you, buddy. Hope you're good out there. Let's see. Then we have Ray Leon de Selva. Look at that. I didn't butcher that. I thought it was. Let's see. This is a Stone Collab. Julie Goldenberg, Monkey Paw, Stone 24 Carat Golden Ale. It's kind of like they do that homebrew thing where they have homebrew competition. Whoever wins, they mass produce it. It says, slow down a bit when you talk. It's hard to understand. Listen, if I talked normally and I enunciated all my words, yeah, you would actually hear me better, but I don't fuck with that shit. It's my hyperactive neurotic craziness that I think people like, so I'm not going to talk all slow and stuff and be very clear and crisp about the things I say. It's not going to happen. Anyway, then we have I'm ad Vins and you know. I'm butchering that. It's from a Deschutes Abyss beer. It says, great review, guys. Could you lay off the foul language a bit? Fuck that shit. Let's see. We have episode number 451, Port Jeff Brewing. It was our 8th Street Belgian Style Triple. And we have a comment from Big Stew 25. How you doing, Big Stew? We have, I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. This is one of my favorite beers right now. That beer is the shit. I get a growler of that shit anytime I can. Yo. Big Stew, you're my spirit animal. Because that's how I talk pretty much to my dog and work and life. And I think I wrote that comment when I was drunk as my pseudonym of Big Stew. Anyway, next up we have Augusto Marino. This is episode number 487, and when I did Funky Buddha's Undefeated Saison, the Miami Dolphins beer. What do you use to wash your glasses? You get really nice head retention. Now, the reason why I read that one is that's kind of a kudos. Is that if anybody knows, my glass, dirty glass, mafia life is fucking legendary. So that someone said I wash my glasses really nice. And granted, this is early on in my reviews, you know, quite a while ago, but you know, there was a time when I actually washed my shit normally, so it is what it is. And then next up we have Zerzer. Zerzer, who is commenting on my 525th review of Orval. He writes, wrong glass, serve too cold, wait for it. You are a criminal. I'm a fucking criminal because I had it in the wrong glass and I served it too cold. Well, I doubt it was too cold. That's the one thing I've actually kind of been really kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of anal about is my temperatures. You know what I mean? Not necessarily that I'm trying to pinpoint exact temperatures for stuff, but I've always been kind of like, okay, I want my no colder than 46 to 48, but no hotter than 55 in my beer cellar. So you have to understand where I live in northeastern Pennsylvania. It's super humid. It gets super hot here. So you can bring in a beer. I could bring in a beer at 55 and it could be sweating fucking balls like crazy. People are like, oh my god, that looks super cold. It's not. I guarantee you. Now, wrong glass. Yeah, whatever. It is what it is. To quote my friend Ethan, drink it whatever glass you shall desire. I butchered that even. Anyway, let's see. Next up we have Thomas Joseph. Never trust a man for two first names. And it's episode number 530. It's a Trillium Brewing Double Dry Hopped Scaled IPA. It says, Jesus Christ, just drink the thing. We get it. It's good. I did my part there. I think I did it. I think you're basically telling me, shut up. You told me what I needed to know. you know it's good. That's kind of, isn't that why you're here? To know if it's good or not? I don't know. Anyway, next we have a comment from Make It Happen 88. Eights. You're making that shit happen, son. This is from Night Shift Brewing. It's episode number 580. It was their El Lechador spiced peppered barreled milk stout. I think I got that from my buddy Ryan. And he says, I remind me of Peter Griffin, LOL. I think he says, you remind me, I think is what he was going for. Actually, I might even wrote that down wrong when I copy and paste it, but I actually don't know how to feel about that one. I don't think I have a lot of Peter Griffin vibe about me. But you know, maybe I do. I don't know. So that's probably the most insulting thing I've come across that I actually don't have much to go by. But, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that one. Anyway, let's see. Next we have Big Mike. Hey, Big Mike. We have review number... I said review instead of episode. Look at that. 617 and Brasserie Vapeurs. Vapeur Chichon Belgian Strong Dark. Mike has to say, very deep shit. First. Congrats, Mike. You're first. Next we have Le Corbeau. Corbet. This is 654. This is Cantillon Creek. He has to say, use clean glassware would be a good fucking start. It would be, but as you would know from, who was that again? What was that guy? Augusto Marino. My fucking clean glass game is on point, so you would be wrong based off of what he has to say. So yeah, suck it there, La Corbeau. Next up, same review, Cantillon. Said Comfort. Those fucking hipsters drink it and cut the crappy wine tasting shit. I can get down with that, but then again, I do me, so sorry. Let's see. Next up, we have Crooked Saint 510. This is a 2,000 subscribers video, and he says, "Are you high, bro?" No, actually, I wasn't. I used to smoke weed back in the day. I don't anymore, so I wasn't high, so I apologize. But I act like I'm high, so take that for what it's worth. Next up, I put unknown. I think I wrote unknown because I accidentally deleted the person's name, so I suck if you find out this is you. And this is a Magnified Brewing Company, episode 844. It was their important meal, coffee with lactose. It says, you don't seem like the kind of guy who'd freak out over bugs, more like the kind of guy who might add them to his protein shake. Now, I remember this video because I was reviewing something and a bug flew and I kind of freaked out. Which is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, it's, you know, freak out, shit flies in front of your face. But I'm actually deathly afraid of bugs. I hate them. I can't stand them. They scare the shit out of me. That's not why I wrote this here. What makes you think I eat protein shakes, bro? You know what I mean? Like, that's fucked up. You know, like, I get it, but that's weird. Like, that's one of the weirdest comments I got, that you would just assume I eat protein shakes and I had... Like, not even the fact that I eat bugs, add bugs to them, the fact that I would eat or drink, I don't know how you do them, protein shakes, it's weird. Anyway. Next up, we have the very, prestigious Dome Skeets. Thank you very much, Dome Skeets, for the skeets and the domes. The Tired Hands Extra Vanilla Milkshake IPA. And it says here, quite hard to watch with the constant lip smacking and slurping while drinking. Maybe try to put a mic in a less sensitive spot. Well, there's a couple things. It's beer. And I don't know where else to put it. Less sensitive spot would be probably my butthole, but that gets too tight during reviews if you watch all my stuff. So, unfortunately, you're just going to get more of me lip smacking and slurping and stuff, because it's drinking sticky liquids. That's creepy. Anyway, let's see. Next up, we have Jordan Williams, who writes, from Florida with love via Billy from Port Eyeball Brewing. His comment is that a Ruxin picture behind you? That, my friends, is a Ruxin picture. You might not be able to see it. I don't know. From the league, after he won his medal. Yes, it is. It is a Ruxin picture. Next up, we have one of the classic trolls in the history of beerdom. We have Joe from the Beer Patrol. He sent me a bunch of mystery beers, and this is one of the ones he sent. It was when I counted them as rounds, and I just started doing mystery beers and numbers. Anyway, it was round 5, beer 2. He said, you forgot to read the information sheet. So he sent me a bunch of beers, and he put these little sheets on them, and I forgot to read them like an asshole. Next one up is round 5, beer 7. Another review, another information sheet wasted. You're getting a pattern here, so I'm sorry, Joe, for not reading your sheets, but I think this is kind of at the point where we want to take a little bit of break, just because I want to take a little sip. And talk about professionalism. Professionalism is, yeah, I don't do it. You know what I mean? I just kind of do what comes to my head, and I talk about it, and sometimes I forget information sheets. Plus, information sheets aren't my thing, and I get your want to put them on there, and I appreciate your attention to detail, but what was I talking about? I don't know. Anyway, on to the next one. We have, next up, Ross124, very ardent follower. He comments constantly. Thank you very much, brother, for that. That's Cigar City Marshall Zukov penultimate push. Right here, someone's just starting East Coast, West Coast IPA battle. What do you think? Some of these I responded to, but they're nice to answer back here in the future. I think it would be awesome. I think there should be, you know, the thing where I don't ask people for beer, send me beers. I want people, I want like a lineup of like 5 of the best beers from the East and the West Coast. I want your Monkish, I want your Fieldwork, I want your fucking Great Notion, I want that shit, and I want someone to send me 5 of the best IPAs from the East Coast. And I'll do a hazy, we'll get the hazies, baby. We'll do a hazy East versus West fucking showdown. Me, I'll get a couple other people, maybe I'll try to recruit a couple beer tubers, something like that, kind of try to get us all together, and we'll fucking do a showdown of East versus West Coast hazies. Make it happen, people. If you can make it happen, I'll make it fucking happen. That's a good suggestion, even though it was from fucking like 1,000 videos ago. Anyway, what do we have next here? This is Paris Carnassus 1. And I was drinking Nun O's Dark Horizon 5th edition. They wrote, very poetically, just drink the damn beer, in quotes, by Grandpa Simpson. I get it. I get it, but I'm never just going to drink the damn beer. I just talk too much. I like the sound of my own fucking voice, motherfuckers. Don't you know this already? Good God. Let's see. We have me reviewing Equilibrium. Their MC Square Double IPA was one of the first beers I reviewed from them. They were open weeks. Took it back in the growler, reviewed it, and Applebudamus Goria says, you really are not doing the scent part right. It is almost like you tried to suck it through your nostrils. Also, the sound you made at the first sip, you let way too much air between that sip, and you should not hear voice like that, almost like slurp. First, it's my first English comment, so I appreciate that. And I get, I get it. You know what I mean? I actually see a little bit of validity in there because, you know what I mean? Like the whole, like, there's the right way, which is, you know what I mean? Give it a swirl, kind of do your kind of thing. But I've always been a hand person. I go out of my way to make sure my hands are clean, neutral, to where I don't smell anything. It's just the way I've always felt more comfortable. Actually, I can't believe I'm answering this in a serious way. And I just like doing it that way. I do take my hand away and try to get it without that. But I feel like there's a bit more volume to the beer. It just helps me pull out stuff. A lot of people say, maybe you're smelling this, maybe you're smelling that. And they're alluding to me kind of having my hand close to my nostril. I go out of my way to make sure there's nothing for me to smell on here. You know what I mean? I know what I'm doing within reason, so calm down. It's okay. Anyway, let's see. Abe Froman on Equilibrium's Photon, which I did like right, well, I technically did it before EQ's MC Squared, but Photon American Pale Ale, he said, you had me at mangoes. Who isn't happy at mangoes? Everybody loves mangoes, man. Come on, bring more to the table. Next up, we have Equilibrium's Brewing's Fluctuation Double IPA. We're going to roll here with the EQ. We ran it from 987 on the first EQ to 989, so we're banging them back to back to back. Again, a Ross 1241 here. We have, yo, what are you going to do for your 1000th review? We'll get to that. Next up, we have Mike Szymanski for my 1000th review, where I did Jenny Cream Ale. I just wanted a reason to talk about Jenny Cream Ale, so that's why I put it in there. It says, you describe the experience of drinking Jenny Cream Ale to eloquent perfection. There's something poetic about me reviewing Jenny Cream Ale as the most eloquent perfection of a comment. I mean, you think about it, like, of all the beers I reviewed, whether it be the Cantillon Creek, where the person said, wash your glass, asshole, or you're doing it wrong, you hipster piece of shit, you know what I mean? You expect some kind of reserved, kind of like, kind of stuff going on there. But it takes Jenny Cream Ale to have somebody lay the words down there so just beautiful. Just makes me happy. Anyway, we're in the thousands now. We're getting there. 1001. It's Trillium Brewing's Raspberry Soak Aged Soul Wheat Ale. I think I wrote that wrong. Anyway, Zach McCott writes in here, syrupiness equals syrup penis. LOL. Yes, syrupiness. Syrupiness? Syrupiness. It does sound like syrup penis. Anyway, let's see what do we have here. Doug Petite. I wonder if Doug is petite. Curious. This is 1007, not 1007. 1007 Hoof-Hearted Brewing's Zipper Ripper Imperial Pale Ale. Douglas, Petite Douglas, says trying too hard to be weird. That's my thing with Hoof-Hearted. They always talk about their labels trying too hard to be weird. They're not genuine. They're just trying too hard. He says, trying to be too hard to be weird? Question mark. Space. Like your earrings? Question mark. No, my earrings aren't weird. No, my ears might be weird, or I might be weird. I'm actually a pretty normal fucking guy. But my earrings. Lay off my fucking earrings, man. They ain't doing anything to you. There's wood. Wood's not weird. There's tons of stuff built out of wood. They're not weird. You're weird for questioning wood. Douglas. Anyway, next up we have Chadwick episode. Back to the episodes. 1024. Jester King's El Cedero Brett and Hopped Farmhouse Vintage Ale 2014. We have You Do the Worst Pours I've Ever Seen, but good reviews. That's almost like the kind of like a what was that? I forget what that was called. There was something where you'd like compliment somebody and then talk shit on them. Not a humble brag. It was something, whatever. Backhanded comment. Anyway, it's the worst pours ever seen. Now here's the thing. That's facts. That's true. I do them worse, but on purpose. Anyway, I've been skewing from it because of the way my camera is, and I've been using such a variance of glasses as of late. But when I originally started doing reviews, I used the same exact glass every time. There's a Duvel Tulip. Works for every fucking beer. I don't care what you say. And I would pour it the same exact way. That way you guys can get an idea of the way the head generated from the pour. So I would pour it the same speed, same distance, same drop. So you could be like, okay, this is what the beer is like. Now, I'm starting to get away from it because I still wanted to do that. But now, I'm going to pour it into a glass like this or a glass like this. They're going to come off differently anyway. So I'm starting to do a little bit different. So you can, Douglas, you could be happy that I'm changing my ways. It was for you, buddy. You're the one who made me change. Anyway, let's see here. Master Beer Reviews 1000 and... Oh no, skip that one. Master Beer Reviews, that's the one I just read, that's why. It was one of my editorials. It was my Old Guard Mentality one. Lee Russell wrote on there. It was one I was talking about, kind of ripped on some old beer tubers. He said, back in my day on BeerTube, there were less newbie punks like you spouting off, you pack of jump-cutting whales, bros. I don't know. I just had to get Lee in the comments because he's king of BeerTube. Thank you very much, brother. He doesn't do a lot of beer reviews lately, but he's still out and about, so go check him out if you don't know what he's doing. Lee Russell. Let's see. Next we have Reed Archer. Look, dude, you're either comic book character or porn star. I'm not sure which one. And this was Dominion City Brewing's Sunsplit IPA. It took him a very long time and a lot of words, but he finally said what we all know. It's a very good beer. That's my fucking channel, dude. That's literally like the lead-in byline of my fucking channel. There's way too many fucking words, and it takes a very long time, but I get to the end, so that's nice. Words. Next we have, I can never say his name right, so I'm gonna fuck it up. Senegalia from Joe's Arcade. It was one of my other editorials. You are so for real, you're so for fake. And he wrote, leave vegans alone. I should. Anthony Bourdain's dead. I'll let the old vegan hatery kind of die, so I'll try not to do that anymore, Joe. It's not so much. I don't hate vegans, and that's the thing. And I think this is kind of one of the reasons why I kind of like would jab or joke every now and then. But no one likes to get made fun of. But I was more kind of like, there's a lot of fakeness out there, and there's a lot of fake vegans. So I'm not necessarily making fun of vegans. I'm making fun of people that are kind of just doing trendy shit. So I'm sorry, buddy. You're too nice to make fun of. Anyway, next up we have Metal Boy 27, another staunch commenter. He's like a comedy. He'll fly through the sky and shit. This is Founder of Brewing's Doom Barrel Aged IPA. He says, "What's a barrel aged IPA anus?" If you have to ask, you can't afford it, man. Anyway, next we have Iceman, another commenter that comes on every now and then. 1066, Lawson's Finest Sip of Sunshine Double IPA. And he says, it's not a New England style IPA, though. I don't care. Listen, BJCP, or the Brewers Association, can write all the shit they want to write. And, you know, those Vermont IPAs that were born, you know, Heady and Sip and all those beers that came out of there, the stuff from Hill Farmstead, all those beers that were today would not be classified as New England style IPA, born that movement. And to me, it's for them to be classified as New England style IPA, I don't have an issue with. Again, styles don't. You know, I think anybody who's into beer and is slightly progressive and has, you know, an open mind about the way the beer is, doesn't have an issue with it. It's more just people trying to fit the narrative to fit what they want them to fit, rather than just looking at beer as a whole and as an organic movement. So, why did I get serious again? It's fucked up. Anyway, next up, we have Harley Wiseman from my Zigmeister USS Galaxy 1074, and they wrote double IPA anus. LOL. Well, apparently you can't afford it because it's that common. Listen, I like to say ness at at the end of a lot of different things. So I'll be like, this is very kind of dirty-ish. That's not even ness. I mean, but I say ness. You know, goodness, happiness, funness. You know what I mean? Amazingness. So I would say, you know, stoutness, or I would say, you know, like barley wineness, or this has a very kind of Berliner Weissness to it. You know what I mean? And then when you say IPA-ness, it just kind of comes off that way. I said it once, I recorded a video and I heard myself say it and I was like, oh my God, I'm saying IPA-ness. But then I thought it was hilarious, so I kept doing it. So I'm just going to keep doing it. So that's where the anus comes from. So does vanilla flavoring, so what are you going to do? Next up, 1107. This is Other Half, Double Drop Mylar bags. Riggin Bear writes, fucking. That's a great comment. Same review. Matt Keithley writes, he has definitely not ran out of fucks to give. Apparently I said fuck a lot in that video and I don't remember, so there you go. Lots of fucks. Let's see, 1121 Edelberts. It was their cranberry sour. It says, Derek Willard wrote, real pizza comes in trays, Sicilian style officially. I don't know what I wrote or said in that review or the response to him, but listen, pizza is a pizza pie. It comes round. You buy it in New York and New Jersey, or it doesn't fucking matter. It's kind of how it works. Now, you can be out there in fucking shitty old Forge land, or you can be in fucking Chicago eating your fucking whatevers, but It's facts. I'm sorry to break it to you. But, you know, it is what it is. It sucks. Sucks to hear the truth, but that's what I do. Let's see. We have review number 1183. It's Aslan Eastland Brewing Company. I tip my hand here. Champion of the Sun and Slander 420. Smoking if you got them. Has Aslan Eastland. I don't know if he's trying to tell me what's what or he just wants a piece. Cheers. 1187 North Brewing's Behemoth Whiskey Barrel Aged Stout K. Literally the letter K. How long has this dude been on YouTube? It says, cool that you review beers on YouTube. Not really, dude. Not really. Next up, we have Matthew Lux from Equilibrium D-Hop 4, 1188. It says, you should start rating beers from 1 to 100. No. I did that for like the first like 100,000 beer reviews or 500. I don't remember, but that shit doesn't suit me. Doesn't make sense in my brain. So as much as you would like it to fit in your little box, just not going to happen anymore. Never go back to that shit. 1,906, 1,196. Jesus Christ. So Me Brewing. This is from Paul. It says, I appreciate you, Matt. Love the videos. I appreciate you, Paul. It's a bunch of P's, A's, and U's and L's. But yeah. It made me all warm and fuzzy inside. But he had 2 T's and a Matt, so. Yeah. Actually, I gotta take a pee, so. Yeah, hold on. I'll be back. God. I really had to go there. Jesus. And I'm like sitting here. I'm like, I'll just read a bunch of these. And I'm like, dude, you gotta pee. You're not gonna be funny. Still not gonna be funny, but at least you won't have to pee. Anyway, let's see. What do we have going on here? Where did I leave off? That's a weird one. Okay. This is the weirdest comment, I think. That's why I was like, okay, that's weird. I left off there. This is the weirdest comment I've ever gotten in the history of my YouTube channel. It's from Luis Villalobos. And it's from my 1199th review, Firestone Walker Paraba Java, which I lost for the longest time. I had a hard drive die. I lost a bunch of videos. This is one of the rare ones that I ended up getting back because it was a beer that was sent to me. I felt like an asshole for losing a bunch of reviews that people sent to me. Anyway, he wrote up, keep it up, Matt. I don't drink beer, but I love what you do. Now, Luis, that's fucking awesome, dude. I really appreciate it. I'm not going to lie. I fucking love the fact that you watch. But that's the weirdest thing in the world to me, that someone watches beer reviews and doesn't drink beer. Now, if maybe you work in the industry, but if you work in the industry, you don't drink beer, that's weird too. But yeah, I thought that was like the weirdest comment I got pretty much out of reading all of them. That's the one that I was like, okay, that's fucking weird. Anyway, this is one of the best names in the history of fucking all of them. It's Kumubal Pimple Stips. That's fucking, you can't make that shit up. This is my 1217 Funky Buddha Undefeated Saison when I redid it next to its Undefeated Saison aged in Chardonnay barrels. He writes underrated channel. You're right, dude. Totally right. Facts. Anyway, Beer Mail, Florida with Love via Ralph. Fucking Ralph. This is Joe's Arcade again, commenting. Ralph is easily one of the most generous beer sharers, if that's a term, I've ever met. He's doing Lord's work, no doubt. Listen, I put that in there just because I wanted to fucking mention Ralph, because Ralph is king shit of fucking out when it comes to Beer Mail. So love you, brother. We're going to hang out someday, chug a bunch of beers. Awesome. Next, we have Thomas. I'm not going to say his last name. Thomas who? I think this is Thomas. I'm 90% sure this is Thomas Opent. He actually has a YouTube beer review channel now. It's primarily in Dutch, but he does a couple English reviews. Super nice guy. This is before he was doing beer reviews. He wrote, dude, can I move in with you? No, dude. You can't. I'm married. Sorry. Anyway, massive beer editorials. This is one of the ones I did where it was not everything's awesome nor everything sucks. Greg DPW, again, one of my staunch commenters, staunch followers, writes, just don't know why you have 20,000 subscribers while you don't have 20,000 subscribers by now. Best beer guy out there. 1, again, more facts. And 2, kind of upset that you only said 20,000. Should be like 200,000 or 2 million. I mean, Let's be serious. And this is probably the most honest. No, that's not the word I'm looking for. The most factual? No. The most pure, the most true comment I've gotten. There's been a couple. I read one earlier, but one of the ones that just makes the most sense about my channel as a whole. This comes from Brad3894. This is episode 1263, Kane Brewing, A Space to Fill Imperial IPA. The comment, oh Lord, here we go again. That's pretty much my fucking channel to a T. That should, I would assume like 99% of the people, I'm just going to flick the mic a little bit more to make it awesome. I assume 99% of the people that watch my reviews just say that shit right when I start smelling and tasting a beer. Because it's like, oh fuck, dude, here we go again. Let's see. You're going to see a little bit of a trend here. Episode 1268. It's Commonwealth Brewing Beer Marshmallow Eyes IPA. Nice review. Link to that glass. Episode 1353. Equilibrium 4 Science versus 4 Science 3 versus 2. Those glasses rock. The ones the beers go into. 1377. Verdant Putty New England Style IPA. All right. I love the glass. Where did you acquire it? Hudson Valley Incandenza versus Hudson Valley Incandenza with Galaxy 1408. Love those glasses, bro. Where'd you get them? Civil Society Brewing and Commonwealth Brewing Swordplay Goza. Can you enlighten me on where you got that glass? 1458 Lamplighter Brewing Birds of a Feather. What glass are you using? 1541 405 North Brewing. What's in that beer glass you have there? What is that beer glass you have there, I should say? 1578, Civil Society Brewing, Tracks. What style glass is that? 1652 or 1625 Daredevil Brewing Company. What glass are you using? This glass, motherfuckers. People love this fucking glass. Listen, this is a glass. I got 4 glasses from my beautiful wife just about a year ago. Not even a year ago. She gave me 2 of these, and she got me 2 other glasses. Hence, I have broken the other 2, but I have 2 of these left. They're just a stemless wine glass. They're called Luli. They're from Crate and Barrel. Buy them. I think they're $5 a piece. You know what I mean? But people fucking love this glass. She bought me glasses. I was like, oh, she bought me fucking glasses. So I started using them religiously. Why? Because I fucking love my wife, and she bought me fun glasses, so I just wanted to use them. And plus, they have no logos on them. I try to go out of my way to use logoless glasses, just because I think it's just kind of tacky, unless it's kind of like proper glassware. But even then, I try not to use them. But yeah, I just love them because she got them for me. But people tend to love this. So Crate and Barrel, Luli, stemless glassware, $5 a piece. Order them, have fun. Anyway, because there's way more. I missed a bunch of them. I'm just like, okay. Now, no one's going to watch this and watch this long because this is like a fucking 30-minute review, so they're never going to see it, and they're just going to keep asking me. Anyway, 1271, CBS, Jeff Coultier. I think I have that right. Cloyder. My favorite part of this review is that I know this wasn't Matt's first beer that night. It was my first beer that night. I came home from a late night of work, and I actually, I opened that beer up just to do that beer. So, I guess I sound drunk all the time. Beer mail. This is a great comment. Beer mails. It was at New Jersey with Love via Desmond via Redhead Beers. The comment? Animals. That's it. Just animals. I love that fucking comment. We have 1291 Free Will Brewing Company, Cloudy with a Chance of Charcuterie. He writes, pretentious beer names make me judge books by the cover. That's Kyle Merrill, by the way. I subscribe to that theory. Pretentious beer names make me judge shit. But, I've gotten to the point now where I kind of let the beer speak for itself. But I still have a little bit of judgment going on in my brain. 1301 Hop Butcher Beer, Milkstachio. We have beer reviews with Zeb. He writes the comment, good review, sir. Have you compared this beer to Budweiser? Now, my next review up, 1302, Hop Butcher for the World and Weldworks did Rendered the Fat Imperial IPA. He writes, next one, great video. Have you ever tried Budweiser? On the other one, where he's like, how would you compare it to Budweiser? I said, thanks. It's exactly the same as Budweiser, 100% identical. So I don't know where that came from. Anyway. Why would you? It's the fucking Mustachio Milk Stout. Anyway, why would you compare it to Budweiser? I mean, even and I get it. Like, if someone's like some weird bot name, You know what I mean? They're just trying to be like, how would you compare this to this? But it's beer reviews with Zeb. You're reviewing beer and you're asking me if a pistachio milk stout. and there, I kind of looked at his channel to be like, if there's some kind of like irony thing, he's good, like weird kind of fun thing. No, it just anyway. Another great name. This is from Beer Mails from Down the Block with Love via Joel Mad Dick 9999. That's a great name. It says The Good Life, getting beer in the mail courtesy of somebody else's generous pockets. I always read that and I always felt a little bit kind of angry at that one because like kind of making fun of getting beer in the mail, but it is the good life. I've said it before. I did this whole way too long video to where I got into this. It's awesome that people send beer my way. Whether it be in person like Joel or via the mail or whatever, it's fucking fantastic. It's probably one of the coolest parts because like when I see, you know what I mean, when I see beer reviewers or I see people, just, you know, especially beer writers get beer, typically they get them from the brewery. And a bulk of the beers that I get come from the people that watch my channel. And that in of itself is fucking awesome. So, yes, thank you very much for sending everything. I will never ever ask you to send me stuff except for mystery beers. Send that shit now because I'm out. Other than that, thank you. Let's see. We have Live Mystery Beer. I did a drunken night of Live Mystery Beers. And Grundle Juice, great fucking name, says, this guy got me back into drinking good beer. This fucking guy. You're welcome, Grundle Juice. That's what I do. I got a great beer box from Strange Bruisings, which would be Teco Murray, which would be Ewart. It was one of the beers was Cameron's Brewing Where the Buffalo Roam Bourbon Barrel Aged Barley Wine. And I thought it was way too hot and way too hoppy. And he wrote puss. That is all. I am a puss. But that's not all because I keep talking. So anyway, we have the Vale Brewing Mango Boy Tasty $13.95. We had Michael Kidger said, should work on your opening. After a couple, it starts feeling weird and annoying. Once you get into the reviews, it's good. That's a weird one. It's been a really weird one because I actually, people like it. I don't know where it came from, but it's not like I do it like I'm like, okay, I have a script I'm going to read. Like, as you know, from most of my reviews, I do like pretty much an ad-lib to kind of like shoot from the hip kind of thing. But I have this neurotic craziness to where I need to kind of have structure in my life. Do you know what I mean? Where I have patterns. I live in patterns. I eat the same breakfast. I do the same things every day. But I like to riff and do things not by pattern. So like beginning and ending my videos ties a bow on it. So it kind of makes it helps me do what I do because it begins and ends everything. So I have the how you do on YouTube, and then I have, you know, do the whole, you know, hopefully see you next time kind of thing. It's like a start and stop. It's like a clicker for a director when I do the kind of cut and take one kind of thing. It works in my brain that way. I don't know why. I would like not to do it. There's some people who can do it and just flow right into a review. I just have a really hard time doing it. So that's why I do it. So it'll probably never go away. But you know what? I actually sweat. My balls sweat a little bit all the time. But every now and then when I'm like really like have nothing to think about, and I think about like what if YouTube goes away and then I have to use another format, and I go, how you doing, YouTube? And be like, this motherfucker ain't even on YouTube. What the fuck is he talking about? And I'll be like, fuck. I should really drop the YouTube. I tried to do it for like a week once, I think, and it just didn't take. That Luli glass makes everything taste delicious. Anyway, man, this is way too fucking long. Let's see. Next up, we're getting the home stretch here. 1408 Hudson Valley Incandenza versus Hudson Valley Incandenza with Galaxy. Again, we have Ross 124. It says, I'm lactose tolerant. Accepting of lactose. Thank you very much, Ross. Another habitual commenter, and this was what you want to expect from a review. It says, it's from 33 Greenleaf. Comments all the time. He wrote in all caps, I want those fucking labels behind you shifted forward. Never gonna happen, dude. I'm gonna fuck them up for the rest of my life just so you fucking flip the fuck out. Jordan Williams, another commenter, comments all the time. This is a mystery beer, 1488. Where's Ruxin? He's back. He was gone. I moved. Took me a bit. We got him back up. Let's see. Dave Grimm, another commenter. Mystery Beer Monday is a 1516. He wrote, I'm gonna do a little self-adulation here. I can't wait until this channel gets huge. There's definitely these are definitely the most professional and casual beer reviews I've ever seen. Cheers, brother. Great videos. Make this shit happen. I should be huge. Huge. Should be huge. The biggest hugeness. Making YouTube, BeerTube great again. Another great comment. 1523. It's a Good Fire Brewing Waves. Slipey wrote, WTF, what the fuck? That's it. That's all he wrote. I like that. Barrel Monks got a comment from their Fort Lappin collab. Their Patter Rabbit. I really like this Ralph guy. He sounds like a cool dude. Who wrote that? Ralph No. He's talking about himself. I just wanted to mention Ralph again because Ralph's awesome. So there you go, brother. You are a good dude. Rob Caros, another fucking awesome commenter. He's commenting quite a bit. And he said, Hill Farm said, what is enlightenment? That one, 1545, when I was on my honeymoon. He says, microphone, you the real MVP. Handled that mower pretty good. And it did, man. I wish I had it. I wanted to bring it with me and show it to you. My old mic is dead. It's dead. I have a travel mic. I had this Zoom IQ7. I beat the living fuck out of that thing for like 3 years, and it's dead to dead. So I just got this sucker. Just got one of this Zoom MV8 or something like that for my iPhone. Little boom mic. I'll be using this. This thing's made out of metal, so hopefully that thing lasts a little bit better. I use the lab mic now, but that's for like travel and shit like that. Anyway, we have Duda CL's Their Solstice Edu Series Sour. Solomon Copper writes, eat local honey. Stay tuned. It makes sense later on because I was like, eat local honey. What the fuck is this guy telling me eat local honey? And then Master Beer Reviews, 1562 Burlington Brewing Company, Pyramids and Crystals Extra Hoppy Hazy Lager. Bill Bach, how you doing, Bill? Wrote, Matt, I'm really glad you reviewed some BBC. Now, that's kind of funny because this isn't Pornhub. So if it was, BBC would make a whole different world of sense, but in this case it's Burlington Brewing Company. I'm glad I'm not on Pornhub. Anyway, let's see. Talking about Pornhub, we have Eric Gilbert, who is a constant commenter too. He did my Avery Planked 1579, episode 1579. He wrote, Stone has to be ex-hamster. What the fuck does that mean? Now, I'm assuming two things here. He's trying to be funny, okay, and there's a joke in there, but I don't know what it is. Or, and this speaks volumes to you, Eric, and I'm not judging, you were writing something and it auto-corrected to X-Hamster, which means you type X-Hamster a lot. If you don't know what X-Hamster is, look it up online. It's porn. Anyway, let's see. We have Massachusetts Beer Mail from Eric. It says, why don't you show us what it is? Worthless video. So basically, someone sent me a beer mail. I unpackaged it. It was only one beer, but it was a mystery beer. And he's like, fucking worthless. Go fuck yourself. Listen, if you're going to take the time out of your hard-earned, or take the time out of your life, and use your hard-earned money to send me beer, the least I could fucking do beyond reviewing it is to do an unboxing. Sure, it's a mystery beer, it's one beer, I don't give a shit, I'm going to do it, so. Yeah, Eric, Reckonart, suck it, man, because that's pretty cool people do that shit. Anyway, we have here, this is a Small Pony Barrel Works. Solomon Cooper, remember from before, and he said, eat local honey. Here's his allergies, question mark, eat local honey twice a day. That's what it was. I think I had allergies in the other one. So thank you very much, Solomon Cooper. At first I thought you were a crazy person saying eat local honey. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? But you're telling me to take care of myself and get rid of my allergies, and that kind of warms the cockles of my heart. So thank you very much. Let's see, Bomb Place Brewing Mooey. Okay, it's 1605. Jonathan Brewster. He writes, glad to see some other styles getting play. I watch a number of beer review channels. 78% plus of reviews seem to be either any IPA, Imperial Stout, or Wild Ale. Thanks for reviewing all styles, not just the hype stuff. Cheers. That's a little PSA for me. I try. Do you know what I mean? I do a lot of hazy IPAs, that's for sure. But I do a ton a beer outside of that. I try to do it as much as I can. I did it for years before the hazy IPA existed. So a lot of people are like, let's delve into kind of classic styles, and I've already covered a lot of them. So sometimes I won't even cover these beers because I've covered them ad nauseum previously, years back. So if you're actually looking for kind of classic style beers, Belgians, pale ales, beers that are what you would consider now kind of stuff you would like to see or niche, search my history. You'll find a ton of that shit back there. It's crazy. Let's see, what else do we have here? 6-7 commented on a Mystery Beer Monday. Love your video. Put the camera on a tripod on the ground. Need more swearing. So the exact opposite of that dude earlier said stop cursing. This person's like, need more swearing. You know why I say that? Fuck yeah, motherfucker. Anyway, Touch of Love on a Captain Lawrence Funk Oak Aged Bread IPA. 1629 writes, really no beer. The Rooster wants its YouTube debut. My rooster was squawking out there. I was doing an outside review. And then next up, we have Evolution Brew Company Barrel Age RAS from KCC. You're going to see a little bit of pattern here. It says, quit your rambling. Thanks, dude. That's what I do. You don't know this? Next up, we have from a dude whose last name is literally beer, courtesy of Alex. It was a beer mail. It's KCC again. Rates, this video is a waste of time. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. So, beer review, 1641 Plan B, Barn Beer. We have Doug Hesselman's right, that rooster. Love that rooster. What's his name? His name is Bogart. Humphrey Bogart, thank you very much. I wanted to call him B.A. Baracus. Got kind of cut off by the wife, so his name's fucking Humphrey Bogart. On the same review, Amelia Carehart goes, shout out to Rooster Friend. Thank you for your input, because the rooster is the shit. And we have, let's see, Hill Farm said they did a vertical of Everett. KCC, again. Ugh. Thanks, Casey. Ian Joyce says show off. Sure, but, it's beers. I want it in a raffle. I'm going to drink it. So, kind of a show off. What are you going to do? And the last two, I only have two more left. And the last one is 1656. La Cabra Brewing, Hipster Catnip Double IPA. We have KCC going, ugh. Another 10-minute long rambling review. And then last but not least, we have 1660 in Nebraska Caracol. This is probably the best comment I could ever end my list with. And it just says, meh. It's by KCC. So what have we learned here? We learned a couple different things. We got a bunch of awesome commenters. Thank you very much, guys. This video is way too long. But it's going to be long. I'm sure somebody will say it's a bunch of pieces of shit like KCC, my new stalker follower. It's nice to have somebody that takes time out of their daily life to be part of my life. So I'm really appreciative that I affect you so much that you need to be with me. So I appreciate Casey. It's probably one of the better things that's happened to me in BeerTube to have somebody that just can't live without me. It's pretty fantastic. And we just have awesome people all around. You know what I mean? My whole thing, like I said, when I was going to do this, I wanted to do funny shit. But then I started to go along, and it was like weird. It's kind of like your best intentions. You know what I mean? Don't make a plan. And I went in, I'm like, okay, I'll find a bunch of funny shit in the comments, and I'll make fun of it, kind of the mean tweets thing. But the more I read, and there's so much in there, I couldn't cover it all. This video would be 9 hours long. But I started to realize how cool people are out there. There's plenty, people that just want to curse and yell and just be internet keyboard warriors like Casey. But there's so many other people out there that's genuinely trying to connect and genuinely trying to have a conversation and genuinely enjoy what BeerTube is, what I do, and what everybody else does. And that was the cool thing. Going through the comments was a chore for a bit. But then after a while, I realized that was kind of a cool little walk down the memory lane, and just also a kind of reminder of how cool people are when it comes to all this. Dude, I sit in a room and I hit record and I drink beers and I talk about them. But there's a connection, and that's fun. So I just want to say 5,000 here. That's fantastic. But I can't wait to do more. One, because the beer's going to be tasty as fuck. But at the same time, there's going to be more comments. Good ones, bad ones, stalkers, trollers, all that kind of fun stuff. And I welcome it all. So thank you very much, guys, for helping get me to 5,000 for making it fun as fuck. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this way too long a video. Hopefully you're enjoying a nice little delicious beer right now. Hopefully see you next time. Cheers.